Hello, good evening, John Augustine, back again. So here we are, and let's talk. It was a wet morning here at Oldcastle, and after doing my little prayer videos that I do in the morning, and then I decorated the rosary for the holy souls in purgatory and maybe loose from their sins and other ones that I pray for. I put the decorated rosary resurrection, and then I said the rosary, that, and I said the rosary. And I did the Station of the Cross in my little book. And after which, at about 11, I was heading off. I went via Dundalk, had something to eat in Dundalk, and visited Tesco upstairs. And they used to have a little restaurant there, which was very handy. But they've done up the store powerful, but the little restaurant that they had is not there now. There's one downstairs, and I see for main course 13.95. How's your father? So I said no, thank you. I bite somewhere else. At what suits me nicely. And then I headed for Armagh, the Catholic Heritage Association. Marvellous association was having a Latin Mass in St. Patrick's Cathedral in Armagh. So I went to Armagh via Dundalk. It's a very twisty road. You had not a straight part in it as far as I could make out. A dreadful road. And then when I was going, there was a funeral on in a church that I was going to visit, and a big funeral. Must have been very important. There's cars everywhere, even up at the graveyard, which is a bit further away. There was more cars up there. So must have been a very important person. With the crowd that I saw, the amount of cars, that little church, Kilberry. I'd be looking up RIP to see what it was, but suffice to say, I went to Armagh. The Mass was at 3 o'clock, and it was celebrated by Cardinal John Brady, assisted by a priest. It was the Latin Rite. Now, he gave a little talk before the Mass. The Mass was supposed to be at 3 o'clock, but it was prayed sometime after 3 o'clock. It was more like 20 past, 20 past. And but the trouble is, he didn't seem to have a microphone there on, as he was saying, the Holy Mass, which is a grave mistake because I was up only a couple of seats from the front, and I couldn't hear him. Couldn't hear him at all. And I'm sure he said our Father, Pater Noster, and normally we stand for that, but you couldn't hear it. So people didn't stand, but I think I did hear it a bit, and so I said it like, but there was no point in stand because you'd be standing, nobody else would be standing. And there was a good crowd behind. There was a few in the front, there was a lady in front of me, and then there was a man got in behind me, and then there was two nuns. And funny enough, I think they must have been Sister Charity because one of them was small and she looked like the image of Saint Teresa, in of Calcutta, that looked after all these abandoned people in that city. And she's a saint now, Saint Teresa Calcutta. She wasn't long dead before she was made a saint. She was a great person and small, wizened sort of a lady. But two nuns that was there, one of them was the image of her, and with the same clothing. So she was that, I'd say. And I would have liked to talk to her. And there's a statue of St. Oliver Plunkett there, but it's way up further. There used to be in the church more. It's up as you're going towards the Saturday, but I had to go up that way because I had to go to the toilet after the journey. I went to it in Dundalk, but it seems to be about 30 miles from Dundalk to Armagh, and a twisty road. And then another funeral in the church there, and a load of cars in it as well. I'd say if I was just coming out, you could kiss time goodbye because from funerals there, you certainly don't pass that in a fit. But anyways, I got to the mass and well before the start, thank God. And statue of Saint Albert Plunkett, and you walk around it 3 times, it says, and then touch the feet of Saint Albert Plunkett, which is a very good big statue. And I think people venerate it and walk around, and you touch the feet of Saint Albert Plunkett, and you say, Saint Albert Plunkett and all the martyrs of Ireland, pray for us. That's the little prayer that you say. So I walked around it 3 times, and I put up a couple of my leaflets for the Christian TV here and there, and put them around, and then I met the man that organises. A very nice man. He had a suit and surplice and a lovely cross, and he has a program on Radio Maria 7 days a week. So I got some leaflets, and there was a book in Latin, and it says 10 euros. So I was offering, and he says it's a gift. So that was very generous. So he was asking me about Christian TV, and I said, we have a certain good number of donations so far, and that we could do with some assistance. So he might come on board because he would be experienced at these things more than me. I have the vision sort of thing, and do the programs and support it as best I can with leaflets, putting them up here, there, and yonder, and talking to people and giving them my card, which I did there today in St. Patrick's Cathedral. There was a good crowd at the Mass. They were behind, because we went to communion. There was 3 kneelers, 2 on the left, and 2 on the right. And I was on the right, so I was up very sharp and then walked around. But some of the folk, they walked back down the way to come in the middle, and that would interfere. But if you're on the right side, you should go right and go down and go into your seat then that way. So I did that. But it was a marvellous experience, but I tell you, it was tiring. I normally don't do a journey like that unless I stay overnight. And then I came back a different way. I came back on the Monaghan Road and then swung off for Castleblaney and carried me across, and then cut across and carried me across to Kingscourt, which I know that road, and then on towards Mulla, and then on. So, but I was tired, I can tell you. I was tired. Yeah, so I wouldn't do that kind of a journey again. And that way I wouldn't, I'd have to stay overnight because I tell you, I was tired. I only got back up a while ago. So there we are. That's a talk, and I might say more about it um, again. So there you are. So you'd be surprised what happens. Bye now, and I'll do the evening prayer to our Blessed Mother after this.